placed the California corner right to have it come out to the edge of the wall, but I missed the 16, so it's got that happy hole in the middle. Shoot it where it sits.
Don't bury your cat paw in there. So we're back at it today. We're working on these garage walls, see if we can get them stood up. You can see it's snowing, but it's weird. It's warm, but snowing. So you never know what you're going to get out here. A lot of people have asked how we stand up our walls. So we take these D-rings and attach them with timber lock screws. If you're not familiar with these screws, you should become familiar with these screws. They are absolutely amazing. And we take a few of these, we put them in, we screw the D-rings down to the top plates, and then we stand up the walls. And they're awesome. So we're going to stand up this wall, and we'll take you along and show you how we do it. I'm trying to line up right on top of the stud so that I go through the top plate and into a stud. Doesn't always work, but that's what I'm shooting for. It would probably be better if I had turned that this way, but if I did, I wouldn't hit the stud.
Clearing the way. Down just a little, okay? Now the fun part. Okay. Stand it up.
So we're standing up these walls on the garage, and you can see they're a little bit taller than the other walls. We're having to step down to the foundation. On the other walls we had the floor trusses, and then we had the wall heights. Here we've got the full height of the wall, which is going to make for a really big open garage. But it makes for bigger walls that are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with.
Move this over.
Come down here
and in. Well, I got you for the jacks. I got you for the back rub. You're gonna have to talk to somebody else about the other part.
You know, that's why I like you. You're a team player.
Hey, I can multitask, but I can't do it all.
Fair enough. So a lot of people have asked about this wall, and there's no windows, and then some of these garage walls that have no windows. Well, yes, this wall is the wall between the house and the garage, and there will be a set of stairs that goes up here, up to the attic trusses. That'll make more sense in coming videos as we set the trusses. This wall on this side of the garage, which accesses quote-unquote the backyard, has one man door and one window. Now the owners didn't want a lot of windows in the garage because they wanted to put in a lot of shelving, but they figured between daylight windows in the garage doors and a couple of side windows that were small, that would give them plenty of room for storage and adequate light. But this is the thing you got to understand, is a lot of people want to put in great big windows, but in this environment where there's a lot of cold weather, that means that you're losing your R value. So smaller windows help to keep things insulated and warmer during the colder parts of the season. So that's another advantage to not having so many windows in the garage, is it's going to be a lot easier to keep the garage warmer and keep things from freezing out there in the wintertime. Okay, so we're working on setting these garage walls. One of the things we've got to do is put down some seal, and that'll seal between the concrete and the pressure treated lumber. So you can see this pressure treated lumber. It's a lot heavier. So anytime you see this brownish color with all the dimples in it, that's a pressure treated lumber that we always want. Anything that's in contact with the concrete, which is then going to be in contact with moisture, you want this pressure treated lumber there. So we'll put down the sealer, and we're going to build this wall here. You can see I've got a doorway here, so we'll build this doorway in this space. I've got a window here. There will be a window in that space. That way you can get out the garage, and there will be a couple of windows in the garage for a little bit of light. So this is the sealer, and this is obviously 5.5 inches wide, which will give us our 2x6 exterior. They also make it for 2x4, which would be 3.5 inches wide. So we'll put this down, and there's not any kind of magic trick to it. So as we set this wall, and then we'll put on the square washers and suck the bottom plate down to the wall, this will help seal between the board and the concrete, and we should be in good shape. Now, where I've got a doorway here, this is all going to get cut out once we set the doorway in there, but for now it's easier just to run the seal through, run the bottom plate through, and then once everything's built and aligned and bolted down, then we'll come back and cut out the bottom and we can set the door in there. Trying to finish up these walls, get ready for trusses. The weather's been crazy. We've got, I think it's 41 degrees or something. Stuff's melting like crazy. Things are starting to get muddy. I think I would prefer the frozen over the mud, because the mud just gets, you get covered in it. It's on the cords, it's on the air hoses, it's all over everything. Yeah. Should we bring out some other horses? We might need to. Put it over here. For me, so. Yeah. Is it on? Is that really a question? Because you're gonna know that as soon as you get there. So I'll just stop and talk to you. Go. Well, we got. Go. Don't mark it out here. Okay, so there's only bits anymore. Well, no, we don't. So let's rip a few of these, but I think let's set ourselves up for success. Can you lift up that whole, well, let's tag team the sawhorse, slide it this way. Just like it was meant to be there.
Oh, nice. Alright, so now we're going to take I like it.
Hang on, don't shoot that. Let me get over there.
More. You're not strong enough. Ever heard? Did you ever think you hear the day that you weren't strong enough?
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Right there.
Good. What do you think of that little trick, boys?
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. Holy cow.
3, there's 2. It's not
Hey,
the hammer, it's
I'm-
not the operator, it's the wrist.
It's the wrist.
It is the wrist.
Well, quit wearing out your wrist before you get to work. Hey, question on that hammer. All the viewers want to know, did you get a toy toolbox and a plastic saw with that hammer?
You know it.
You know it?
Hey. Really?
Yeah, hit it, man. Go.
No, it's... he did come here. He went to Texas too.
You come down and shoot this.
Could be. She wants to come out, by the way.
Wait till Dana's here.
I thought you wanted Dana not to be.
No, I think it'll be get him here for the for setting his trusses.
Fisher Price.
That was always one of my favorite when I got into construction 100 years ago. There was an old timer, and he's like, "Hey, that hammer's all paid for. You know, you can use the whole thing." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Now you say it, huh?
Now I get to say it's awesome.
I got one rail.
I got like 6. Or whatever.
So do we need another one or no?
Yeah.
Building. Howdy.
And it's push it tight.